hello. So good to be here with you. And what if I told you, I'm sorry, the song is, what if I told you that I knew the secrets to Steve Jobs and Albert Einstein's success? And what if I told you it isn't rare, it isn't mystical even, and it's not just for geniuses like them? And what if I told you it's within all of you? And once you learn to access it, you create wild success. My name is Ambassador Dr. Tammy De Mirza, and I work with leaders around the world to help them access and trust their intuitive intelligence so that they can make decisions based on discernment, clarity, deep insight, and the foresight to see things others can't yet see. Let me share a story with you about a little 11-year-old. She wakes up one morning, it's a regular school day, but she is frozen in the bed because something supernatural is happening to her. And she doesn't even know how to assimilate it. How do you know how to assimilate at 11, laying in your bed, but you see remotely your father at the coffee pot and you know what he's thinking. You can hear his thoughts. You know your parents fought at midnight. You see your sister not awakening and she's about to get into trouble. And you know your mother's thinking about her punishment. What do you do at the age of 11 with that? All of your senses awaken, and she was experiencing all of them at one time, and she didn't want to get out of bed. That was me. And I am here to share with you that you have these same abilities through your five senses, through seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, which is actually attached to your digestive system. And when you are having a hard time with your digestive system, you are tasting things in your life you don't resonate with. So I'm going to share with you today how many of you would be interested in finding out ways that you can tap into this intuitive intelligence and already have. How many of you would be interested? Okay, let's go. You see, most people are very interested in statistics and data and proof and mechanisms and ways to do things. But I'm here to let you know that if you tap into the biggest resource that you have, which is how you receive communication, and believe me when I say this, it works not just with what is in the physical, but what is in the non-physical, which is what I was experiencing at 11. And when you access that, you become a different being. You're more trusting of yourself. Because you see, as I've done all this work, as an expert intuitive for more than 4,000 clients, the one thing that I have found that is the most painful thing that you can possibly experience in life is when you are questioning yourself. You see, it's a form of self-abuse. Have you ever really thought about the fact that when you are questioning who you are, and if you should make a decision, if you did the right decision, that you are actually causing pain? Well, let me tell you another story. I actually did that. And I know it very well, but I also know it from working with my clients. It is human behavior to wonder about yourself, to wonder whether or not you are doing the right thing. To me, there is no right or wrong. There's just an experience, and if you grow from it, you didn't do anything wrong. You're being a human being. What ended up happening is that I didn't know what to do with these abilities. And at recess, I'm talking to kids, I'm telling them things going on in their home. I am actually doing readings at a very young age. And I didn't know. Some people are born with this, but to have it happen suddenly overnight and not knowing what to do with it was difficult. Have you ever had a time in your life when you were experiencing something supernatural and you felt like you couldn't tell anybody else? If I share this, they're going to think I'm crazy. That was me. So I noticed that I was getting really strong responses from people. They either loved or hated me. So guess what I did? I denied it. I hid it. I concealed it. I tried not to feel it. And I shut this down for 13 years. And whenever you deny what is innately and powerfully inside of you, you're going to hurt. And so when I backed away, I started making decisions based on what I believed the other person was doing instead of tapping into my own intuitive intelligence, and I became homeless. And I remember being in the bathtub one night, and I thought, this is it. The only thing that I can experience right now, I don't even have 50 cents on my checking account. It's all gone. The guy who stole it, it was an investment, is the warmth of the water. And I thought, okay, you'll just take your life in the bathtub. Moments later, something intervened. And I knew I had to stay. But how do you stay when you've made decisions? Each one of us have made decisions that we think are ruining our lives. But I'm telling you, you're more than that. More than that. And I had to learn how to bring those abilities back in and start to access them and trust them. And believe me, I did the very same things you will do as you are learning how to access this. You already have these natural abilities. You're already using them. But what if you could use them to create more success? I had to own them. I questioned myself. I'm like, am I going crazy? Am I hearing things? How can I remotely view this person in Africa and see what's going on in their home? It wasn't crazy. It's intelligence. It's intuitive intelligence. So let me tell you about Jennifer. Jennifer is a CEO managing a global IT team. She is brilliant. She is capable. But guess what was happening to her? She, for 3 years, was being passed over for promotions and bonuses while the male counterparts were getting those raises. She came to me. She didn't need a life coach. She didn't need another certificate. What she needed was access to her intuitive intelligence, which was clear hearing. And so one day in a session, we were working on this, and I said, I have 3 things to share with you, and this is how detailed you can get as you tap into these abilities for yourself. Number 1, Jennifer, there's a manager that's coming into your office on Friday. This is Tuesday. And you need an audience with him, and you need a meeting. She said, I can't go over my manager's head. I said, go to Sheila. She's like, you know her name? I'm like, yes. Go to Sheila and tell Sheila this sentence and be quiet. She's going to give you a spot on the calendar. Then I'm going to teach you before you go into the meeting how to hear his thoughts to know how he's going to find out your value. And guess what happened to Jennifer? Within 3 months, she received 3 promotions and back pay for all of the bonuses and the salary increases at the new rate. Do you think that happens in corporate America? But it can happen if you tap in to that thing that is in the physical and in the non-physical. Another way to use it was my daughter and I took her to a self-defense class. I wanted to protect her. And this detective taught the class, and in a moment I said, tell me this. In all the crimes that you have actually investigated, was there ever once where the victim didn't say, I knew not to go in that room, I knew not to go to my car at that moment, I didn't feel right? And he paused. He said, not one. That is a way for your intuitive intelligence. It's a warning thing. It's brilliant in the way that it works. And you have that ability too. as you heard him mention, 3 weeks ago, I'm in the United Nations and I'm speaking to dignitaries. And guess what the ambassador gave me permission to do? To speak about the spiritual part of intuitive intelligence and how those leaders, instead of using data, they can actually tap into things and foresee things to shape better futures. You have this same ability and opportunity. You see, I'm not here today to help you, to motivate you. I'm here to help you remember. And when you remember, everything changes. Thank you.